Good morning. How are we doing? Second YouTube video coming to you. This is going to be my last YouTube video from Santa Rosa. I'm going to go through probably 10 things, I suppose, that has changed my life. Who knows? It could turn into like 11, 12, 13. But the top, I suppose, 10 things really that made me go from a sad, miserable, unhealthy, overweight, like out of control, just miserable person with no hopes, dreams, ambition, confidence, like self-worth, self-respect, everything. I'm not even joking, like just on the floor. You wouldn't even recognize me because my face would just constantly be like that. I had to probably hit rock bottom for me to make a positive change, and I think that might be the case for a lot of people. Like, people tend to have to hit rock bottom before they actually start to like take control and ownership of their life, and that is my first step. I was going to say like the gym would be my step number one, but a few things kind of had to come before the gym came. So definitely ownership is number one, and taking back your power and full control, removing all sense of like victimhood and blame and like placing any control on like external factors. So once I started to like remove that kind of victimhood mindset and think that all of these things were just being placed upon me, I started to think like, what role and what part am I playing in this, and what role am I playing in my happiness? And like, fair enough, you can be dealt shit cards in your life, but what are you doing about it now? And instead of like sitting there and wallowing and feeling sorry for yourself, like, how can you make your pain and your past, how can you turn that into something powerful and something purposeful and actually move forward? So taking full ownership, understanding that you are in control of everything. Like, I mean absolutely everything, like every single card that you're dealt. Like, I think sometimes a lot of people feel very, very stuck, and I really, really need you to think like what kind of ownership and role you are playing in your life. And you can do whatever you want as long as you are willing to like deal with consequences, deal with repercussions. And step two, I think, which might also tie in with that as well, is figuring out like what is important to you. What are your values? So why is this important to me? What do I stand for? What am I passionate about? What am I purposeful about? Like, what actually does get me up in the morning? The next one will be gratitude. Actively actually practicing gratitude, like actively looking for abundance in your life and things that you have to be grateful for, things that you have to appreciate. And I know sometimes when you look around, and if you are a little bit depressed and down in the dumps, it might feel like you have nothing to be grateful for, but you always have something to be grateful for. And I think we need to remember that we're here for a reason. Like, we all have a purpose. We're all like, we are the chosen ones. Like, we are here for a reason. So just like literally looking around, like scanning your environment. And when you first start practicing gratitude, it might just be like the little things: phone, clean water, shelter over my head. Like, literally, if you're privileged enough to be able to watch this video, you have so much to be grateful for. And I think you should be able to literally list and waffle off and genuinely like actually feel appreciation. And once you kind of get into a habit of like listing out things that you're grateful for, you will start to wake up every day with just this sense of like awe and appreciation for the life that you have and the things that you have in your life and the people that you have in your life. So actively practicing gratitude, writing those things down every single morning, and doing your best to like sit and feel that gratitude. So we have ownership, we have values, we have gratitude, and now we have the gym. So the gym, oh my God, was just the first time that I ever felt proud of myself, that I ever felt, it gave me a sense of control. It gave me a sense of power. It showed me what I actually can do when I set my mind to something. Whereas before, I would have just believed that I can't do that, and I am not that type of person. I am not the gym bunny. I'm not a fitness fanatic. I'm not someone who like lifts weights, but until you do. So going in and actually feeling strong, feeling empowered, like lifting heavy weights, pushing your body, challenging yourself, and like taking your body somewhere that you thought it could never go is like so incredible and so empowering. And I know that like a lot of PTs, a lot of coaches will say the exact same thing, that the gym has saved their life. It gives you a safe space. It gives you a place to go and just be with you and just work on yourself and work for you. and it's nothing got to do with anyone else. It's you actually like filling your own cup, and this will really start to like build your self-worth, like your self-respect, when you start to show up to the gym and be like, I'm here for me and absolutely no one else. And that is like literally the most empowering thing that you can really do for yourself, besides the fact that like lifting weights is just like, grr, really fun. And having an inspiration, finding someone to look up to, and finding 2 or 3 people that you really admire. This could be people in the past, this could be people in your family, this could be like, I don't know, like a professional soccer player, or like a gym girl that you really admire. And I think people kind of shy away from looking for inspiration because they feel like they might get stuck in like that role of comparison. But there's such a fine line between comparison and using someone as inspiration, because comparison is, I suppose, you comparing yourself to someone thinking like, I will never get there, I can never do that. Whereas inspiration is like looking at someone being like, wow, that is amazing, I wonder what she did to get there, I wonder what she did to do that, and what are the qualities about her that I admire. And then from there you'll be able to move on to the next step and think about your vision for yourself, your ideal self, your ideal life, what you see and what you want for yourself, and adapting those qualities from that person that you admire into your daily life. So creating a vision and like visualization on a daily basis has been so massive for me, and this is something that I really like drill home with clients as well, is creating the vision and being crystal clear on that vision. And that when I click my fingers, you should be able to close your eyes and think about what that person is doing on a given day. So I want you to think about the people that you admire, the qualities that you really admire about them, and then adapting those qualities like into your daily life. And that's how you can kind of start to create a little bit of a vision for yourself if it's something that like you're not used to doing. So people that inspire me would be definitely my grandmother. I admire how peaceful she can be. I admire how she is so resilient in situations and how calm she can be, and you know, how loving and nurturing and caring and mothering she is, and how she always reframes things to me in a sense of like trust. Like she really trusts her path, she really trusts her journey and like accepts things for what they are. And she's just like the most loving and kind and caring person that you will ever meet, and I don't know anyone like her. So I really admire her and aspire to be like her. I started to have like better conversations to myself. I started to like think about what are the negative thoughts that I feel and think about myself, and what are some like counteracting statements that can kind of push those negative thoughts to the side and make sure that like there is no evidence of those things. So why are you even thinking them anyway? And I used to wake up in the morning, I used to play like a 10-minute affirmation video. I wouldn't like always like look in the mirror and be like, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are perfect, you deserve everything. I would literally just kind of listen to them, and then I would sometimes write them down. And then as I got used to knowing what positive thoughts sounded like and felt like, I was able to like come up with my own, and I would start to write down like some positive affirmations in the morning, and it would really just kind of set me up for a successful day, and really just kind of like remind me like, you are capable of things, you are so worthy, and you are so loved, and you are respected, and you are adored, and you do deserve everything, and you do work hard, and da 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 da. So if you're not used to like, you know, talking to yourself in a positive way, listening to affirmations is definitely like a great place to start. And then you can start to like come up with your own positive affirmations and start to just like dim those negative thoughts. And having conversations with yourself in your head as well, I think, is so important. And like separating yourself from your thoughts as well is super duper important. Like you have to remember that you are the thinker of your thoughts. Like you're the owner of your thoughts, you are not them. opening my mind to like new information basically, and taking new information on, and just like being really, really willing and ready and open to learn and open to growing. So I would like listen to podcasts all of the time going out on my walks. I would read books, and I always say, like, if you're feeling a little bit flat and demotivated and uninspired, like listen and read something, like fill your mind with something different, and like learn from other people. Other people have so much to offer, and if anyone who knows me knows how like deep I get in conversation. Like I love to know everything about a person, like everything. I'm like, what was your childhood like? Where did you come from? Like everything, because I feel like we can learn so much from other people. Yes, so listen to books, listen to podcasts, read books. If something stands out to you on a shelf, just buy it. Like never hesitate to buy a new book. And you don't have to go away reading chapters and chapters and chapters every day. You can literally just start with 5 or 10 pages and fill your mind with something small. It only takes a few minutes per day. Okay, next one is writing. I was gonna say journaling, but I just feel like it's so woo-woo, and I feel like it's such a hippy-dippy thing to be saying like journaling. And I know that so many people have resistance to journaling. Like my clients are always like, I have such a resistance to journaling. Journaling isn't what you think it is. Like you don't have to journal in the same way that everyone else does. But I do think it's really, really important to acknowledge how you're feeling, bring awareness to your thoughts and your emotions, and process and like reflect on your days. So even in times when I don't feel like, there'd be some times where I literally could just write all the time and just have like a massive brain dump if I have a lot in my mind. But a lot of the time I just don't have like that headspace and that want or that drive to do that kind of thing. So literally just thinking like, okay, like what is 4 emotions like that I'm feeling, or how am I feeling mentally right now? And then tapping into your body as well. Like ask your body, like, how am I feeling? You know, am I feeling fit? Am I feeling mobile? Am I feeling calm? Like, how is my breath? How is my body? How is my digestion? You know, am I feeling kind of a little bit stiff today? Do I need to give myself a little bit of rest? And you know, just bringing that awareness to yourself, and like acknowledging maybe like things that have triggered you throughout the day is really, really key to just like understanding yourself, I suppose, and just discovering things more so about yourself, so that you can give yourself a little bit of kindness and give yourself a little bit of compassion, and like allow yourself to have like good and bad days as well. Part of my like writing and journaling will always include gratitude as well, like I said. So this could be sometimes like listing out just it could just be like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, like my house, my phone, my parents, my grandparents, you know. Or sometimes I will go deep into detail and I might say I'm grateful for this because, and what it brings to my life. So like listing out why you're grateful for that specific thing. And then I like to acknowledge like some proud moments from the day as well. Like what was some wins from the day? What made today a good day? And also, if you're doing journaling in the morning, like asking yourself, what can I do to experience some happiness and some joy today? And yeah, also acknowledging like your challenges and your obstacles that you had. Like, what did I kind of find a little bit difficult, and like what obstacles did I face, and tomorrow what can I do to just be like that little bit better and that 1% better, and you know, how will I handle that challenge, that obstacle a little bit better the next time. So that's writing. Taking risks, I have written down. I don't actually know what I meant by that, but I do know that every time I have taken a risk, it has paid off. And I think this more so comes to when I set up my business, when I started online coaching, like this, like starting YouTube, who knows like what this could turn into. When I moved country, like when I moved to Dubai, I remember going to Dubai, it was literally in the pits of COVID, and it was probably like one of the riskiest thing, because I literally could have been arrested in the airport because there were so many like travel restrictions on. And although like, you know, Dubai obviously had its ups and downs, it was definitely like the most growth and probably one of the best times and experiences in my life. And I had met the most amazing people. I've definitely grown so much career wise. I definitely learned so much. I worked as part of a team with a group of coaches who taught me so much, and working on the gym floor with like, you know, people from different countries, meeting everyone from different countries, learning so much from all of those people as well. you know, like making investments in things, like things that really like are going to pay off and that feel scary, signing up to a coach, like these things are super, super risky, and it does take bravery and it does take courage to do these things. But every time, like honestly, I've taken a risk, it has paid off. So if it feels risky, I think that is good, because it means that positive change is happening and something good is happening for you. I don't know what I meant by this, but I suppose I do kind of know what I meant by an identity shift. And like, someone actually kind of asked me a question about imposter syndrome, I suppose, and like identity shift the other day. And I was kind of thinking, like, a lot of life is just kind of faking it until you make it. And like, I'm not even going to say pretending, but like showing up as you wish to be. So like, when it comes back to that what is that vision that you have for yourself? Who are those people that you admire? And then just like making that part of your identity. Like, if you want to be a fit girl, a gym bunny who travels the world, you need to start going to the gym. You need to start like looking up holidays and kind of booking flights, and like maybe planning to take times off work, or figuring out ways that you can work for yourself and travel. You know, you need to really start to think about like, what is like that next step that maybe I can start to do tomorrow. And from there, step 1 just turns into step 2, step 2 turns into step 3, step 3 turns into step 4. And next thing, you're a completely different person and you're living a completely different life. And like I said, you genuinely would not recognize me if you saw me a few years ago. You really, really wouldn't. So identity shifts, stepping into that being and just being that person, thinking about the actions that that person has and just doing those things. Simple. Simple, simple, pimple. That's kind of the end of my list, to be honest, but this is like outside of so many other things. Not drinking anymore has massively changed my life. Listening to music like brings me so much energy and joy and so much life. Traveling has brought me so much experience and knowledge, and yeah, all of those kind of things. Obviously taking control of my health like kind of ties in with like the gym and nutrition, and obviously like being a coach and things like that. Going back to study as well, like when I went back to study, which was also a massive risk, that massively changed my life too, because I never would have been a coach, I never would have become a personal trainer, I never would be here, I probably won't be here in California. What else has changed my life? Being open, like taking off the mask, not being afraid to be myself, not being afraid to be honest and open, or hide my emotions, or feel like I don't deserve to speak about my emotions, or just be myself in general. Like, there is I feel like I'm almost too real. Like, I'm almost too real, like on social media, in the sense that I just speak my mind. And I know that even when I'm saying that I just speak my mind, I'm so real, I'm so authentic, but I genuinely just feel like I'm so at peace with how things will turn out that I don't really care anymore, you know? So like, obviously caring, but like not necessarily caring for judgment, like not like letting go of judgment from other people. That's actually a good one. That's a good number 11. Letting go of all judgment and fear from external and from other people, and really like living a life that's just super aligned with you. I think we'll leave it there, because we're actually on 26 minutes, I just noticed now. But thank you so much for being here. And yeah, go and watch the last video if you didn't, even though I'm kind of scared and afraid for people to watch the last video. But this video has kind of stemmed from that video, and the next one will be fun as well, and we'll be coming to you from a different location too. So chat soon. Hope this has helped, and maybe you can implement some of this stuff into your daily life. And if anyone does have any questions, guys, I'll have my Instagram page back, so you can shoot me a message at MOReadyCoach on Instagram. I don't know if you can send people messages on YouTube, but that's where you can find me. And yes, I'd be happy to help and talk about anything discussed in this video at all.